Imagine you're standing in the middle of Times Square, New York City, the city you've dreamed of visiting your whole life. The lights, the energy, the noise. And then, without warning, the lights become unbearable. The noise feels like it's inside your skull. And there is a pain behind your eye that is unlike anything you have ever felt before.
That is not a headache. That is a migraine. And they are two very different things.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fluent Tales. I'm Sarah. Today, we're talking about migraines, one of the most misunderstood conditions that travelers experience, and how to describe exactly what you're feeling to a doctor in English. New here? Subscribe and hit the bell. And if today's episode helps you, please give us a thumbs up.
Welcome back. I'm James. Today's vocabulary: migraine, aura, sensitivity, pain relief, neurologist will help you communicate clearly when your head is doing its absolute worst. Because the last thing you need when you can barely open your eyes is to struggle for words.
Grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's hear today's story.
Today we're talking about Amara. She's 31 years old, from Nigeria, and she's in New York City for a 2-week work conference. First time in the United States. First morning in Manhattan, she woke up, looked out at the skyline and thought, "This is everything I imagined."
Day 1. Perfect. Everything is perfect.
By 10 in the morning, she was in a conference room on the 42nd floor, sitting on the fluorescent lights staring at a presentation screen. And that's when she noticed it. A small flicker at the edge of her vision, like a tiny light pulsing. She blinked. It didn't go away.
She'd seen that flicker before, back home. She knew exactly what was coming.
20 minutes later, the pain arrived. Not gradually, suddenly. A sharp, throbbing pain on the left side of her head, behind her eye, pulsing with every heartbeat. The fluorescent lights became unbearable. The sound of the air conditioning felt like it was inside her skull. The presenter's voice was too loud, even though he was speaking normally. Amara quietly picked up her bag, excused herself, and found a dark corner of the corridor outside.
The dark corner. Every migraine sufferer in the world knows exactly what that means.
A colleague found her there, sitting on the floor with her back against a wall and her eyes closed. He said, "Amara, are you okay?" She said, very quietly, "I have a migraine. I need to find a doctor."
Her colleague, a New Yorker, thankfully, immediately knew what to do. He said, "There's an urgent care clinic 2 blocks away. Can you walk?" Amara said, "If we go slowly and you don't talk too loud." He smiled very quietly and said, "Deal."
They walked slowly, Amara with her sunglasses on and one hand on her colleague's arm. The urgent care clinic was small, quiet, and blessedly dim. The receptionist spoke in a low voice, possibly because she saw the sunglasses in the expression and understood immediately. She said, "What's going on today?" Amara said, "I have a migraine. It started about 40 minutes ago. The pain is on the left side, behind my eye. I have sensitivity to light and sound. I've had migraines before. I know my pattern."
She gave a perfect medical description in one breath, while having a migraine. Remarkable.
The nurse took her to a dim examination room and asked a series of questions. "Is this a typical migraine for you, or does it feel different?" Amara said, "Typical. I've had them since I was 19. "Did you have an aura before the pain started?" Amara said, "Yes, a visual flicker. I always get that first." "On a scale of 1 to 10? 8, moving toward 9.
The doctor came in and listened carefully to everything Amara described. She examined her thoroughly and said, "Based on what you're telling me and what I can see, this is consistent with your history of migraines. I'm going to discuss treatment options with you, but first, I want to ask a few more questions to make sure we're not missing anything."
The doctor was careful, thorough, and unhurried. She asked about the quality of the pain, whether it moved, whether Amara had any other symptoms she hadn't mentioned. Then she discussed what she recommended and why, explaining each step clearly so Amara understood exactly what was happening and what to expect.
Amara appreciated that more than anything. Not just being treated, but being told what was happening, in words she could understand, by someone who clearly listened.
The doctor also said, "Since you have a history of migraines and you're travelling, I'd strongly recommend following up with your own doctor when you're back home. A specialist called a neurologist can work with you on a longer-term management plan. That's a conversation worth having."
Amara rested at the clinic for a while, in a quiet, dim room. Slowly, very slowly, the pain began to ease. By early afternoon, she was able to sit up, put her sunglasses back on, and think clearly again. She looked at the doctor and said, "Thank you. I didn't know how to explain what I was feeling in English. I wasn't sure anyone would understand." The doctor said, "You explained it perfectly, clearly and calmly. That made everything faster."
Amara went back to the hotel, slept for 3 hours, and returned to the conference that afternoon. She missed the morning session, she called everything in the afternoon, and she made a mental note to never travel again without being prepared for the possibility of a migraine, and without knowing exactly how to describe it.
James, migraines. What do you wish people understood about the difference between a migraine and a regular headache?
Everything. People say I have a migraine when they mean a bad headache, and I understand because headaches can be very painful. But a migraine is a neurological event. It affects your vision, your hearing, your ability to process light and sound. Some people have nausea, some have cognitive fog that lasts for hours after the pain is gone. It is a very different experience.
And the aura is something worth telling your doctor about. Not everyone gets it, but for those who do, that visual disturbance before the pain is clinically significant. It helps the doctor understand what they're dealing with.
And one thing I always tell people, know your own pattern. If you've had migraines before, you know what yours feels like. So if something feels different, if the pain is suddenly worse than anything you've experienced, or it comes with symptoms you've never had before, that's the moment to seek medical attention immediately and tell the doctor exactly what's different. Don't assume it's just a bad migraine. Let a professional make that call.
Always, when in doubt, see a doctor. That's always the right answer. Learning section. 5 essential words from today's story.
Number 1, migraine. A neurological condition that causes intense throbbing head pain, usually on one side, often with nausea and extreme sensitivity to light and sound. It is not just a bad headache. Pronunciation, migraine. Tell the doctor, I have a migraine. I've had them before, and this follows my usual pattern.
Number 2, aura. A warning symptom that happens before a migraine begins. The most common aura is visual. Flickering lights, zigzag patterns, or blind spots at the edge of your vision. If you experience this, tell the doctor. Pronunciation, aura. Say, I had a visual aura before the pain started.
Number 3, sensitivity. An increased uncomfortable reaction to something in the context of migraines, usually light or sound. You don't need complicated medical words. Just say, I have sensitivity to light, or I have sensitivity to sound. Pronunciation, sensitivity. Simple and clear, the doctor will understand immediately.
Number 4, pain relief. Any treatment or medication that reduces pain. This is a broad term. When you're at the doctor's, you can say, I need pain relief, and let the doctor ask the right questions and decide what's appropriate for your situation. Pronunciation, pain relief. Never self-diagnose or self-medicate. Always let a professional guide the treatment.
Number 5, neurologist. A doctor who specializes in conditions of the brain and nervous system. If you have frequent or severe migraines, your general doctor may refer you to a neurologist for a more detailed assessment. Pronunciation, neurologist. You might hear, I'd like to refer you to a neurologist.
3 phrases for this situation. First, I have a migraine. The pain is on the left side behind my eye, and it started about an hour ago. Specific location and duration. This is exactly what the doctor needs to hear first.
Second, I have sensitivity to light and sound. This one sentence tells the doctor a great deal about what you're experiencing. It's clear, it's medically relevant, and it's easy to say even when you can barely open your eyes.
Third, I've had migraines before. This feels like my usual pattern, but I wanted to be seen by a doctor. This tells the doctor you know your own history, you're not panicking, and you're being responsible. Always see a professional, even when it feels familiar.
Today's word, migraine. 2 syllables. Migraine. Stress on the first syllable. Migraine. Not migraine. Say it with me. I have a migraine. One more time. I have a migraine. Perfect.
In many cities in the English-speaking world, you have options beyond the emergency room for non-life-threatening situations. Urgent care clinics, walk-in clinics, and after-hours GP services exist precisely for situations like Amara's, where you need medical attention the same day, but it isn't a life or death emergency. A quick search for urgent care near me or walk-in clinic near me will usually show you your options. But when in doubt about how serious a situation is, always go to the emergency room and let a professional decide.
And one universal piece of advice that applies everywhere. When you travel, find out before you leave how to access medical care at your destination. Know the emergency number. Know where the nearest hospital is. Being prepared isn't pessimistic, it's smart. And it means that if something does happen, you spend your energy on getting help, not on searching for basic information.
5 questions.
Question 1. What city was Amara visiting? New York City, for a 2-week work conference. It was her first time in the United States.
Question 2. What was the first sign that a migraine was coming? A visual aura, a small flickering light at the edge of her vision. She recognized it immediately because she had experienced migraines since she was 19.
Question 3. What type of clinic did Amara go to? An urgent care clinic, 2 blocks from the conference venue, appropriate for a same-day medical situation that isn't a life-threatening emergency.
Question 4. What specialist did the doctor recommend Amara see when she returned home? A neurologist, a doctor who specializes in conditions of the brain and nervous system, who could help her with a longer-term plan for managing her migraines.
Question 5. If your migraine feels different from your usual pattern, more severe or with symptoms you've never had before, what should you do? Seek medical attention immediately and tell the doctor exactly what's different. Always let a professional make the assessment. Never assume.
How did you do? 5 out of 5 is excellent. If you missed any, go back to the vocabulary section. That's what it's there for.
Quick review. Migraine, a neurological condition with intense one-sided head pain, nausea, and sensitivity. Aura, a warning symptom before the migraine, often visual. Sensitivity, uncomfortable reaction to light or sound. Pain relief, any treatment that reduces pain, always guided by a professional. Neurologist, a brain and nervous system specialist.
And that's Amara's story. A migraine in the middle of a foreign city, in her second language, alone, at a conference. She found help, described her symptoms clearly, and was back on her feet by the afternoon. Prepared, informed, and never again traveling without knowing exactly how to explain what she experiences.
If this episode helped you, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Fluent Tales. Leave a comment telling us where you're from. We read every single one.
Thank you for being here. Take care of yourselves and each other. This has been Fluent Tales.
See you next time.
And Amara says, I now travel with my full medical history written in English, the location of the nearest clinic saved on my phone, and absolutely no tolerance for fluorescent lights.
The most prepared conference delegate in Nigeria. Bye, everyone.